come with us as I celebrate my birthday in St. Vincent, the Grenadines, staying at Sandals. We took American Airlines there. It is a little longer of a flight, but we enjoyed ourselves, starting off with some drinks, Tito's, cranberries, and a splash of that Minute Maid cranberry. You're going to see me make that drink here. It's quite delicious, and it helped us to get our trip started the right way. Of course, he wouldn't join me in this, but he had a rum and coke. One thing to remember if you're on American Airlines, if you're in those main cabin seats, you do get free drinks. So do take advantage of that. And I have just recently learned that maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So every time if I feel like a drink, I'm going to have one instead of just having a regular beverage. And it really does help the flight go a little faster and we enjoy ourselves. So cheers to a great birthday trip. And we're landing. I wish it really happened that quickly, but we're landing and we're here. I'm so excited. We did get a private transfer for our travel from the airport to the resort. It is a little bit of a cost. I want to say in this one it was $199 one way for that, but we wanted some privacy and the ability to kind of get right into our trip without having to wait. You know, if you do the bus transfer, it is included, no cost for you, but it does, sometimes you have to wait a little longer, 30 to 30 minutes, just for everybody to gather from the different planes and to get that started. So we decided, hey, we're going to splurge and just get that. So here is the Sandals office. They don't have like a waiting area like the typical other ones do. Instead, you're pretty much like gathered there. And if you have a private transfer, you'll go right into that. Usually it's a BMW or something of a luxury vehicle. We didn't need a luxury vehicle this time, but we didn't complain. It was fine. We were able to get to and from very quickly. And it is about 60 minutes away. So, you know, that's a little bit of a trot, but same thing. Once you're on your way, you get to have like the scenic view, kind of see what the areas are at, the surrounding areas. Especially if you don't leave the resort, it is an opportunity to kind of see what the city is around the surrounding cities. So we do enjoy that drive, but before you know it, we were there and it is quite a sight to see. As soon as you pull up, you're going to see all these mountains that you're kind of nestled in between, and the property is just lovely coming in. I will say on some of the rooms, if you book them, they do come with a boat transfer. We didn't book that high of a room, so we didn't get the boat transfer, and I'm just still kind of interested to see what that looks like with your luggage transport, your hair, you know, that's all. If it's raining, you know, those kind of things. Because I did something similar in Maldives and the weather was not on our side. So, you know, interesting enough, I don't prefer the car and it is relatively quick. So, of course, depending on your options that you have with the room that you book, pick accordingly. So here we're going to pull up and you're going to have an opportunity to kind of see what the property looks like. It is a little bit of a drive going in, but it gives you a long stretch for you to kind of see, hey, welcome, you are here, you have arrived, your vacation has officially begun. So beautiful property so far. And I will say, I don't know if spoil it for you guys, but this property is absolutely gorgeous. And it really has become my favorite property for many reasons, and I'm kind of tied neck and neck with Barbados, but I love this property. Of course, you're going to be welcomed with a nice song and a little towelette to clean your hands. Here is the Club Sandals room. Very big, spacious. If you are in a club room, this is where you will do your check-in. If you're in luxury, you'll check in right in that main or lobby area. So this is nice. As soon as you get in, they want to make sure you're comfortable, air conditioned, of course, and then you get a welcome drink. And the welcome drink for the day was quite delicious. Nothing like a good drink. It was the vintage trial, and you can see there has blue carousel in there. Cheers! Yay! And we didn't have to wait long at all. As you can see, no one else was with us because we did that private transfer, so it was one of one. We were right in and out to our room and to get that tour of our room. So I'm going to give you a tour of our room. And you can see here we do have the cinema room, which is so nice. And I love the layout of this room. Everything was just perfection. Chef kiss. All right, so let me show you here. That's our little mini bar area. You can see they were kind enough to give my favorite drink, which is a Tito's. I didn't even tell them, but it was there. So kudos to you guys if you did your research and saw other places I've requested that. And of course, you can see here a little sink. So if you need to wash up anything, you have that here, which is great. And you have your ice below. All right, Twin Oaks is their wine of choice as well too. In your room, you will always get a red one and a white one, and Sparrows, which is their rum, and the coconut water. I never drank the coconut water. There was something going on with coconut water around that time, so I didn't drink that. And then over here you have your coffees and teas, and the plantain chips were delightful, and they gave us candy bars as well too. Those things are replenished daily, and if you want to make tea or coffee in your room, which I believe one night I did take advantage of the tea. And then down below you can see your fridge, your mini bar there, and then there is a bottle of champagne along with the white wine and our water and sodas and just other drinks and beverages in there. So that's really nice, convenient. If you don't want to leave your room, you need something to drink, you want to mix a drink, you can do that all there. And once again, our cinema room. I didn't think we were going to use this much, but we actually ended up using it quite a few times when we did room service. So that was very convenient and nice to have as well too. A little bit more space in the other rooms with this club level. Onto our bathroom, you can see we do have a tub in there as well too, as well as one outside that you'll have a chance to see. So that was really nice having that indoors as well too. And then here you can see our double sinks along with our shower. This is a very spacious shower, walk-in shower with a bench, and you do have 2 shower heads as well too, along with a rain shower. So hubby and I was very comfortable in here showering together every single day, every single time, and it was nice to have those 2 shower heads because I could use one, he could use one. He loves the rain shower, not so much me unless I'm washing my hair. And then here you can see the sink area as well too, just a little close up. Red Lane Spa packages given to us for all those amenities that we need for lotion, shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, as well as body wash as well. And down below there's some towels, extra towels. And then in here, the toilet is tucked away privately, which I do love. So we can both be in here. He's doing his business, or I'm doing my business because he doesn't do business, right? I'm doing my business, and then he could be showering, brushing his teeth, and getting ready. So it's very convenient having that kind of private tucked away area as well too, versus it being wide open. And here they do have umbrellas, and it did rain a few days we're here, but I will say the rain is kind of like Miami. As soon as it gets started, 10-15 minutes, it clears, but it does rain very heavily when it rains. And some of the areas do get a little saturated, so be very mindful of that walking around in your certain shoes so that you can protect your feet as well too. Extra pillows, we have our all our storage area here, as well as the robes if you want to do that, and a safe to put away your safekeeping stuff like your laptops, any extra cash that you have, passports and those things. We always do lock them up. And here you can see we have another room besides the one in the cinema room, and look at this room, very spacious on both sides, great lighting as well, and no problems at all. The bed was super comfy, and the room was very well appointed with decorations and just the way that it was designed. I really love this room. The best room I want to say that we've stayed in at Sandals. And of course, this is the newest property, so not surprised at all with what they did here. They really outdid themselves with everything. Let me go ahead and take you outside so you can see what our balcony area looks like. 2 people can sit in that chair. We did it many nights. But it's so beautiful to come out here and watch the sunset right on the water. You're overlooking the pool along with the beach area, and it is a semi view. It's not a full beach view, but it is give you that semi view. You do pay a little extra for that, but we enjoyed it many nights, so I would say it's worth it if you like seeing the sunset and you enjoy the view. If you're not going to go out on your balcony, don't spend the extra money for this. If you're going to be out of your room, it's not worth it. I think it was an extra $200. And there you can see we do have another tub as well out here. So if you want to come out here and just relax, make a little bubble bath, you can do so. You can see that. Isn't that beautiful? This looks like a postcard, honestly. Like, it doesn't even look real. And to see it in person is even nicer while you're nestled in between these mountains. So that's our room. You can see very cozy. We did go a couple steps up on the club room and the semi beach view as well too. So that does cost a little extra. If you're going to use those amenities in your room, I would say take advantage of it and go ahead and splurge. You don't go out often for this type of stuff, and you only live once. That's my motto. You only live once, so enjoy it. All right, so we were kind of hungry, so we went right over to grab some pizzas and salad. This was the only thing that was open at this time before our dinner, and they did not disappoint. They have a brick oven here. They have many salad choices as well too. You can add things, remove things from what they have available, and your food is ready in no time. One thing to note is that they do not have any indoor seating with this, so if it's raining or anything like that, be mindful of that. But you can come outside and watch the sunset here, even closer to the beach, and enjoy your pizza, salad, whatever you decide to get. I decided to get both, and both were absolutely delicious, very fresh, very nice. One of the best salads I have had on a Sandals property. It was well made, and just the lettuce was very sweet. All right. After that, decided to go to Crema and have a little dessert. You know, I love my desserts, guys. If you've been watching my videos, one thing I get very sad about is that the property does not have a standalone dessert place, because I like my desserts. Okay. And I'm on vacation, so I'm going to eat and I'm going to have a good time, and it's all inclusive. So you want to enjoy yourself. So I just got a scoop of ice cream here just to see what we're working with. I did a half and half, and the ice cream was delicious, and you'll see many days to come. I come back here several times. So we're off to dinner, got a little relaxation, got unpacked, and we're comfortable, and we're going to Bukan. This is a new kind of theme that they're trying to try out and see what people think about and like about it. It's kind of like a stubborn seed if you've done like a food tasting. Very different, unique experience, I would say. The food is different, and it's kind of like a family style seating, so you don't sit with just your loved one that you came with or the couples you came with. It's about 8 people at a table, so you have an opportunity to meet and greet other folks as well too. They do come out and explain all the dishes to you, what should be paired with what. You start with that welcome drink there, a couple appetizers, and then you make your way to your table. From there, it is an experience. I will say it is an experience. They bring out different toppings for you to pair with different food, and they go over each one with you and what it goes best with. But I would say experiment, try it out. One thing about this experience in comparison to a lot of other food tastings I've been with is, although you are going to sit in a style with many people, all of the food items come out individual. And that's one thing I did kind of miss with this, because everybody's mannerisms and table manners are a little different. Some people like to double dip. I don't want to eat if you're double dipping. So for me, I was trying to kind of get to it first, because I'm going to be very respectful and make sure that I'm not double dipping, or I'm taking a little bit and putting on my plate. So that's one thing I really wish that this restaurant offered, is like those smaller portions where you could just get plated for yourself. Other than that, it was a great experience, and the food was different. I'm going to say that it's very different. But if you have a palate for trying unique things, different things, you're going to really enjoy the experience, even more so than I did, because they do come out, like I said, and explain all those different things to you, how they came up with it, how they paired them together. And that experience in itself was quite delightful. They do switch out your silverware quite frequently to make sure that you're kind of getting that experience. Here's the chef here explaining what the main course is going to be. And the main course does come with 4 different meat choices, and I'm going to suggest 2. This is the lamb. Delightful. Some chicken. They had fish, and same thing, it's portions that you're going to share amongst the table, so be mindful of that. And that was some pumpkin there. So they ended it with a dessert, which was pineapple and a little scoop of ice cream. Thereafter, we went to 3 Jewels Rum Bar. Great entertainment if you're trying to find something to do late night. They have a couple of games out that you can play. I met a wonderful couple by being here. We had a few drinks, got some entertainment from some of the other guests. So just a little late night activity that you can do. Of course, every evening they offer entertainment, but depending on what time your dinner time is, you may miss out on their entertainment. I'm fine with that. We enjoy really the whole eating experience more so than the live entertainment, but if we can catch it, we will. The next morning, we had breakfast in our room. My husband had planned a surprise for me, which was quite delightful. So he said, let's eat in the room. And we had a private tour of the island with this gentleman here. And he took us around the island, which was so nice. And really the experience at the waterfalls, I will say, was 10 out of 10. It's just something about me, nature and waterfalls. It doesn't get any better than that. But we were able to see here where they made Pirate of the Caribbean. I believe that's what he said. So that was something to see as well too, and go over there and just check that out. And then we made our way right over to the waterfalls. It is a little trot if you're going to be seeing both of the waterfalls that are on this property. So our tour guide was kind enough to kind of guide us through the zigs and the zags to get to the first waterfall, which is the main waterfall, and he was kind enough to take pictures of us as well too, which was really, really nice. So you're gonna have a chance to see what those waterfalls look like. We do like to get off of the hotel property and go experience outside the hotel. I know you're spending tons of money, and a lot of people feel like, oh, I just want to stay here. I really encourage it, even if it's just for a half-day tour, and if there's something that interests you, please take advantage of that. It does cost a little bit of money. It's not included with Sandals, but since everything is already included, we like to take advantage of it and just take that in. I feel like I'm back there. I wish I could be there again. Maybe this will be one of our return Sandals. We'll see. But very, very nice, very, very peaceful, and just a way to get out of the hotel and experience a little bit more of whatever that island has to offer. So we truly enjoyed this experience here. And like I said, he took a couple pictures for us, which was really nice. He did a great job. And then we were told, hey, I'm not going to go any further, but go ahead up these steps here. It's going to be a little long of a walk. Take your time, be careful, but it'll be worth it once you get up there. So we decided, yeah, we're here already. Let's go. We took a halfway pause in between, had to catch our breath, but we made it to the top. And really, once we got up there, it was beautiful. You're going to have a little glimpse of it here. And as you can see, people went up even further. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm too scary for that. So I said, baby, you go up there, tell me what it looks like. And I'll be down here taking some more pictures. So he made his way up there and he said, you know what you saw from down here was just fine, but it was nice going up there. So I waited down here at the bottom for him, and he made his way back down, and we took a couple pictures. And it really was beautiful, though. You feel like you're immersed in nature, and it's just something peaceful about that I really enjoy. So if you're into that type of thing, do it. Do it. All right, and we made our way back down, which was quite nice, and he was waiting for us, and made sure that we made our way safely back across this bridge here, which is just lovely as well too. Well, what was so nice about this tour guide is he had some banana bread waiting for us for our ride back, some water. We could have rum punch or a beer. I declined, but I had the water because I was quite thirsty. And as soon as we got back, we headed right to lunch at Parasol. There I had the My Bites, the skirt steak with the crispy potatoes, and ended with a guava parfait, which was to die for. And then I had a Bob Marley drink. Cheers to that. Cheers to make it safe back to our hotel. And of course, nothing like a good dessert. So I'm off to Crema right here. And this time I decided to get a shake. All right. This is not on the menu, but guys, don't think that they will not help you get whatever you want or whatever you desire. What I would say is just be polite and be kind to the employees here. They're working extremely hard, and politeness goes a long way here. So if you want something and you ask for it, 9 out of 10, or I would say 11 out of 10, actually, you're going to get it. But just use your manners and be polite and kind to these folks here. And there you have it. I got a brownie shake. They made it for me. Delicious. And it helps because from here to our room is a little walk. So I enjoyed it on my walk back. After that, we had a nice night, relaxed, and decided to get dressed for dinner. And you can see the property is so beautiful at night, the way it's illuminated and lit up. So we took our trot back to that same side of town, which is we're going to head over to Scrimshaw, which is like the seafood place. And same thing, the decorations, the way it's appointed in there, it's very relaxing and beautiful. Everything is so nice. So welcome to Scrimshaw, guys. Our table wasn't ready, so we did decide to go to the bar and have a couple drinks before we got started. And I had bought, I think it was a sour apple martini. And so the gentleman was so kind, our bartender, to make that first while we waited. And it wasn't my favorite, guys, but I still drank it. And he got an old fashioned. All right, so take a look at what the Scrimshaw restaurant looks like. It's just beautiful, honestly. I will say Sandals does a great job of making the restaurants feel all different and you're in a different place. I started with the popcorn shrimp. Same thing, not one of my favorite, but this lobster and a peanut sauce, I still asked for garlic butter, was to die for. I should have got 2 of those. That's how good it was. Delicious. 10 out of 10. Paired it with some zucchini, and then also I paired it with some roasted carrots. This place, for whatever reason, did not have a lot of starch sides. That's one thing I did miss. And then my husband dared the whole fried snapper, and we ended with 2 desserts. All right. And here you can go. Just to kind of give you a glimpse of what this outside place looks like. This is where most of the restaurants on this property are, and it's right there by the beach. You can see. So thereafter we headed over to the main lobby where they have the piano room, and that was very nice for us. We enjoyed the live pianist. We were one of the first people to get there, so we had the whole place to ourselves and the seat selections as well too. We decided to sit by the bar, and there we had a chocolate martini, which was delicious, and then he had a rum and coke. The next morning, I don't know if you know anybody's husband who gets ready after them, but we're running late. So we speed walked our way over to the buffet for breakfast. We're super late, so we're rushing, trying to make sure we get it in before they close down the buffet. And here we go. We make it over to Sora just on time and to get seated here. And so they have a full buffet, everything you can think of on the line. I'm going to take you around so you can see. They have all your porridges, so you can have your cornmeal porridge, sometimes they have plantain porridge, oatmeal, and they have toppings for that as well too. And then here you can warm up your toast, and you have anything from jelly, peanut butter, butters. You can have fresh squeezed orange juice. This morning it wasn't working. Fresh fruits. And then over here you can see there's also some fruits that have been chopped up for you, along with some toppings and other things like that. But I'm going to take you around the whole line so you can see the things that they've offered here. If you've been to Sandals before, you can see and you're familiar with that they offer everything that you can think of for everybody, so that you have a wide selection and you can find something to eat. They want to make sure that you are full and happy. Over here they have more of a traditional breakfast, which I believe is liver and dumplings. I don't know why, but I should have gotten dumplings that day. I love a dumpling. I could have just had it on the side. And then of course my favorite is you can get a made to order omelet of your choice. I love and prefer egg whites, so this for me is very convenient. And it does take a little time, I will say, just because everybody is trying to get a fresh to made order omelet, but it is worth the wait because it is exactly what you want, how you want it. After I get my omelet, I do work the line to see if there's anything else I want to add to my plate. And usually I add like a bacon, some sausage, depending on how it looks. And then I'll get something that desires syrup with it, like a French toast or a pancake. And you can see here they have eggs on the line. So if you're in a rush and you need to get in and get out, you can get your boiled eggs, you can get scrambled eggs, you can get your sausage and bacon and be in and out, make some toast, and you're in it 10-15 minutes and out. But I prefer egg white omelet with a bacon and those lovely French toast. And then I go back and get something for my sweet tooth, as you can see here, and I usually get a coffee or something like that. Wanted to try the pancake because I tried the French toast and it was good. You can see here, same thing. This place is beautiful. It's very large, holds a good amount of people in here. and they keep the food coming so it's hot and prepared. Today I'm going to kind of take you around the property. You can see here, this is where you could do your wedding or your vow renewal. It's the chapel that they have on the property, and it's right over the water. I would say you could probably hold about 20 people in here comfortably, or maybe even more depending on how you do your seating. But it is beautiful, and considered even myself, maybe is this somewhere that we want to come back to do a vow renewal, maybe just him and I, or a few close relatives. And from here you can kind of see both sides where the beach activities are in the villas, and then right where that small pool is overlooking the ocean and the pool. And then the other side they have those other villas that are available for right on the water bungalows, so to speak. And so that's really, really nice and beautiful. From there, you can see this is the main area, but we're going to get a coffee before I kind of finish the tour. Bloom is the other sweet treat coffee place on the property besides Crema, and you can come here. They have a full menu for you, along with desserts for you to choose from, and ice creams. And you can see here anything from your coffees to iced coffees to affogatos or anything of that sort. And then every day they have different desserts available for you. They're so fresh and nice. So make sure you take advantage of this as well too, along with your ice cream parlor that is here and here, so that you can have different choices of ice cream and toppings. And they also, I believe, can make you a shake if you choose. Make sure you use your manners, like I've been saying, because they usually are very accommodating. All right. I had the red velvet cupcake, and I started with that coffee, very strong. And then I went back and got a frozen coffee, which was quite delightful and refreshing before we went on the road to kind of look around on the property and kind of get a better feel of where everything is. It is a rather large property, as you can see. And on one side, you have those hotel rooms, on the other side you have the restaurants and other things. So I'm going to take you back into Club Sandals. You can come in here anytime you choose to if you're a Club Sandals member, and just lounge, get a drink, get a little snack, and hang out there. So we're going to go over, I wanted to see what did this heart-shaped pool look like and show you guys as well too. And if you're here on some type of romantic thing, go ahead. Anniversary, honeymoon, the heart-shaped pool does not disappoint. And on the back end of the main pool, you can see there's another little area here where they have some covered areas where you, as first come, first serve. They have umbrellas seating as well too. This is a little bit more quiet than the main pool, and same thing with the heart-shaped pool. So depending on what your vibe is, you want to choose the right area for you. Same thing, first come, first serve. You know, at a lot of Sandals, folks come out with their books or something and they put it on a chair and hold it down. That wasn't really an issue at this resort. So we're going off to the Red Lane Spa, and hubby was so kind to go ahead and get us a couple massage, 90-minute couple massage. So we're going our separate ways to get changed into our robes and get ready for our experience with the masseuses. So you're going to see here, they're going to show us around. This is the bathroom. If you needed to do a little twinkle, and then of course you get a locker room and change out. Since we're doing a couples massage, we get candles, and they let us do a little ceremony in between the two of us. And I'm just going to show you what the room looks like. And like I said, they have different massage experiences here. So check out the menu online before you come if this is something you want to do, and take advantage of what suits you. We did do the 90 minutes massage, which was quite relaxing. And thereafter, they do have a sauna and a salt room, so you can also enjoy those amenities while you're here and go into either or both. For me, I prefer the salt room, not necessarily the sauna, because I'm already extremely hot being here at St. Vincent, so I didn't need the sauna. But if you enjoy that, take advantage of it, and know it's really good to detox. So it's up to you what you desire. And in here, I'm going to say it's not super big, but it does hold about 8 people in here. It was only me, so I enjoyed that experience. And then here, I'm going to just show you a little closer what the bathroom looks like. You can see, I love those sinks. Very unique. Very unique. It's kind of giving like Stone Age vibes. And then the restrooms as well too, for privacy purposes. And outside, they do have a pool that you can take a dip in if you choose to do so. There were a couple folks out there doing that. We didn't do that, but of course, these amenities are available to you, whether you're using the spa or not. And then I would say stay hydrated. You know, when you get a massage, you tend to be a little dehydrated, so you want to get something. They have teas for you, waters, and your choice. And then if you want, you can also make purchases of some of the products that they offer here. Not only do they offer the massage experience, but they have manicure, pedicure, facial, all those different things. So if you're trying to, you know, add a little enhancement to your trip, I would say take advantage of the spa. It was really, really nice, and we enjoyed ourselves. From there, I'm just going to show you the lobby in the daytime so you can see what that looks like. It's relatively big. It has a lot of space in there, different seating areas as well too. And then there is over there if you need some assistance or help, and then the bar so you can see what that looks like. And that's where we sat the night for the pianist. Okay, beautiful, very nice, and a little close up of the reception area if you have questions or concerns. After that, we headed over to the Jerk Shack for lunch, and it was raining as you can see, so hubby has the umbrella. We do have umbrellas in our room, every guest does, so that's really convenient and nice, so it doesn't stop you. You can keep going if you choose to. From there, we got our food, and we asked very kindly, is it okay if we sit in the rum bar? I know it's not open, but we're going to sit here and just have our lunch. They said it was okay. Here you can see the seating area for the nightly entertainment. This is where it takes place, and you can see the main stage right there next to the bar. I decided to get some drinks while our food was being prepared at the Jerk Shack, and it's very convenient because the bar is right there. And this drink was delicious. I had not one, but two of them. So great. And then you can see our food here. Jerk chicken, and I got the sauces on the side with festival and hot dough bread. So that was really, really good. Fresh off the grill. Nothing like that. And if you like spicy food, I would say get the hot sauce with it, the jerk sauce. And if you're not so much into the spicy food, don't get any sauces at all. They just add flavor and enhancements to it. And you can see what the rum bar looks like in the day. Thereafter, we went back to our hotel room, freshened up, got changed for our pool day. And it's more near in the afternoon, really. I don't too much like the sun blazing on me, so this is a great time for us to come out and see the sunset, get into the pool. We were able to grab and snack one of the beds, which was great, and get a swim or two in there, go up to the swim up bar and enjoy that vibe and experience. Very, very nice. Stayed out there, but then we had our dinner reservation, so we decided to get changed up, get dolled back up, and we headed over to Sora in the evening time for dinner. This is your Italian restaurant where you can get all your Italian needs met. I had a chicken parmesan, which was quite good. Not the best thing I had there, but it was good. But the tiramisu was delightful. Very, very good. Very good. And then we also had the cannolis. I would say if you're going to choose one or the other, go for the tiramisu. Pair it with a cappuccino, you're gonna love it. After that, we decided to go over to the main lobby. They did have a violinist there for the evening, and it was so nice. He worked the room, and it's just relaxing and peaceful and a good vibe, man. Really good vibe. All right. After that, went to bed. Next morning, back off to Sora. And I would say Sora is so much more convenient for us because you can go at any time, pop in, get what you want from the buffet, and in and out. You guys have already seen what the buffet looks like, so I'm not going to walk you through that again. I decided to get the same thing, but I got the porridge that morning as well, too. After that, we went on a bike ride to kind of burn off some of those calories and kind of see the property all through, in and out, everywhere we could ride those bikes, and it is so beautiful. This is the other side of the pool, so you can see how lengthy that pool is, and I had a ton of fun riding bikes. We decided to ride them all the way over to the tennis courts and to the pickleball courts. Right now in the States, pickleball is such a big sport, so we decided to go out there and play a couple of rounds of pickleball, and we really enjoyed ourselves. We really, really did. You can see hubby being gentle on me and going back and forth and playing a little pickleball, so that was nice. We did it as long as we could until we couldn't take any more of the sun, and decided to go back to our room and change up and hit the beach. And here you can see the beach. It's not really one of the best beaches that I've seen at Sandals, but it is very nice to go into the salt water and enjoy that experience as well too. So we got out there, found a little umbrella, and I took a walk on the beach, went for a nice swim, refreshed ourselves, and thereafter, you can see, look at it, beautiful. It's not a big beach, like I said, but it's very nice, well kept, clean, all that good stuff. We went back to Parasol for lunch, And you can see here, I want to give you a better view of Parasol because this restaurant is really nice. It's right on the water next to that other pool along with the beach. And so you can come right here very conveniently from the pool or the beach, just a little hop and skip away, and have your lunch. You don't have to have, if you're in your beach attire, as long as you have some type of cover up on, you're good to go and enjoy yourself. So start off with a drink, the Mai Bites, which I could not go back there without having them. They're so good, so good. And today I tried the hot fried chicken sandwich, which was delightful. I've had a lot of gourmet hot chicken fried sandwiches, and this one really did not disappoint. It was so good. Just wish the fries were a little bit better, but they were still good fries. Don't get me twisted. When I got back to my room, there was a nice happy birthday surprise for me, along with a cake. And that evening, we went out for a sunset cruise, hubby and I matching and enjoying the ambiance there. It was so nice. Really, really enjoyed this cruise. The only thing I will tell you, what we saw with St. Vincent is it does have a tendency to rain. But don't worry, you're going to make the best of it. There is some covered area here. And one of the things is we didn't get a sunset, but we got a rainbow. Beautiful, beautiful, bright seeing that right on the water. And it didn't rain long. So once the rain came down, everybody gathered under the covered area, moved from the outside, and then we were just in here having a good time, having drinks and stuff like that. So still make the best of it, have a good time. And it didn't rain for long, so right after that we were back out taking pictures and enjoying ourselves and seeking up the ambiance, and just the birthday vibes was everything. As you return, you can see how nice it is arriving to this property from this side of it. All the hotels being lit up, all the bungalows looking nice, and just coming in and seeing those mountains. This is a beautiful property. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. That evening we did have a candlelight dinner set, but since it was raining, we just did not feel like it was appropriate to do that. So we canceled that and went over to Butch's. And this, if you've been at any of the restaurants, you know this is a staple at Sandals. That's a steakhouse. I started with a crab cake there, which was good. A Delmonico steak, I believe it was 10 ounces. I did have also the lobster, baked potato, and asparagus, and everything was delicious. My favorite. After that, I went to Crema and got me a little ice cream and ended our night there. It was such a nice day. The next day, we're out of here. We went to the Jerk Shack. And like I told you before, the Jerk Shack is kind of like a good grab and go place. So I got some of those patties for the road and then went over to the clubhouse where we waited for our private transfer for us, and those patties came in handy because, as you know, it is about a 1 hour away trip, and then you have 3 hours before you can board for international flight, and then of course the flight. So you can imagine those patties came in handy. So I would say grab and go some of those if you're going. If you have a butler, sometimes too, they can prepare something for you too, so take advantage of that. Like I said, we did a private transfer, so we did get the BMW this time, which was quite nice. But I will say halfway through, the air conditioner went out in this car, which was so strange, and so the driver did have to put the windows down. I don't think about it. We should probably have gotten a little refund for that, but I don't even think we even mentioned it thereafter. But we made it safe and sound, and we're out of here. St. Vincent, it was such a pleasure being here. I hope if you're going, this video helps. Please like and subscribe, especially if you're big Sandals folks. I'm always traveling. Anything you liked in this video, if you have questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.